All right, so thank you everyone. So I hope everybody has got a chance to watch the two videos. I think most of you attended my previous classes. Maybe might have missed one of them, but at least you saw the emails. I hope all of you might have watched both videos, correct? So we're going to continue from where we left last class. As I mentioned, the lab for this class, I myself is not providing a lab, and that is not the way to learn Amazon. That is not the way to learn cloud. Each one of you should have a cloud account. So did you all created a cloud account? I'm just curious.
Yes. No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yes,
So you can use the chat window. Okay, if you're created, that's good. If you're not, we have to. I'll show you how to do that, and you have to do it because that way every day when I'm teaching, I want you guys to practice. Otherwise, you will not be able to come back with questions. Some of you may already have Amazon account. Some of you have created. I know. I'm seeing some messages, and if you don't have done it, Shrikant A is asking for registration. Why you don't have it, Shrikant? Is it for your friend?
No, this is for me. I don't have it.
For what?
For registration.
So you are in the class now, right? Then.
Yes.
So then why do you need a registration?
Oh, okay. So I don't know. You said the registration, right? So that's what I means. I thought for accessing those clusters and something for the lab exercises, maybe I need a registration for the Amazon like that. I thought of.
No. That is, I'm going to show you. Okay, no worries. So the thing is, every day, 1 day before and 1 hour before the class, go to webinar. GoToWebinar will send you an email from here. Okay, it will send you a list of an email will come to you guys from GoToWebinar, and that is what you need to use to log into the class. Okay, so we're going to start. We talked about generally about cloud. We talked about private cloud. We talked about public cloud. We in fact talked a little bit about Amazon. What is an Amazon region? What is an Amazon availability zone? And we in fact went and created an instance in Amazon, isn't it? So today I just want to start with those who have not created an Amazon account. The website URL for Amazon is actually aws.amazon.com. You go to aws.amazon.com and you click on sign into console. That is the console for doing all the operations in Amazon. Amazon also has something called as a command line interface. It is called a CLI, a black window just like our command prompt. You can do quite some stuff from there. I will definitely touch on that, and we will try to do some stuff there. I'll at least wanted to show you how to connect using CLI. Once you get more familiarized, if you are getting onto DevOps and you want to do more automation, stuff like that, sometimes CLI may be useful, but most of the things you can do it through. I would say like 99% things can be done through the console also. Very powerful console. So you have to go here and sign into the console. And once you come here, if you are a new user, I want everybody to create an account for you. You have to provide your credit card, and I will show you what is going to happen. Definitely when you create an account with Amazon, there will be some expense for it. If you follow what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure you will not be paying more than $10 or $15. I would say keep $25 from your pocket to learn this and to do that. If you do everything, it is not going to cost you a lot of money. Okay, maximum is 25. I never seen anybody hit $25, maybe $5, maybe $10. If you can do it in a correct way, it won't even cost you a single money. Okay, it won't cost, because Amazon, I showed you in the last class, there is everything is free tier. you can pretty much use, AWS free tier. Let's look at this in a quick window. You can see that, Amazon pretty much offers all these things for free. So you can do a lot of things, but you should not be simply going and creating large instances. A server, an instance with 6 gig RAM and 100 gig memory. It is going to cost you money. But if you follow Amazon's best practices and what they say, you will not be paying any money. You see here, you have 750 hours of compute. The thing, Vijay, this is not developer version. This is infrastructure part of cloud. This is not going to touch the developer version. DevOps is completely different. This is completely about architecting AWS infrastructure.
No, I mean, when I was trying to create Amazon account, after we sign up, it comes as basic version or developer or business or enterprise. I'm sure it's not enterprise because it was 15,000.
There you can just do. So we'll try to create one. Let us see. Okay. If I will create one for you now. Can you put your email address here, Vijay?
I just created one.
Yeah, so it's basic. You need to do it. So Ravi Teja is asking that is more than 24 hours per day, 750 hours. So 750 hours is not okay. That is a very good point. So this itself is a very good question, Ravi. I mean, the question is you asked. It's a very valid question. So 750 hours is more than 24 hours a month. That is what Ravi is saying. Correct, Ravi? So, very good question. I think that is a very valid question. So, this is 750 hours of compute means once you start a server, that server, so if you have 3 servers running simultaneously, then they're going to calculate that 3 into, if you have 3 servers running for 2 hours, then you are actually using 6 hours of your compute. You getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, got it.
That's how you need to calculate, okay? 750 hours of compute is based on how many instances you are running. So there are quite some stuff is here, interesting stuff, this is pretty much free. So go here and create an Amazon account. I'm a user, you give your email address, put your email address there and proceed from there, okay? Okay. So, I mean, I don't think I need to do that here. So you guys please go ahead and do it. It will ask for a credit card. It is very simple 3-step process. You do that, you create an account. Okay. Create the basic account that they're saying, enterprise and all will have support and things like that. You have to pay additional money, but you just go and create, it. So please go and create an account. And once you create an account and that email address, whatever you are using is called as a root account. The email address that you're going to use is called as a root account. This account is the only account that has access to your billing. If somebody gets access to this account, they can change your account, they can do whatever you want. And if you lose this, sometimes Amazon won't even able to help you out because, then you have to provide a lot of information to do that. Okay. So you log in with this and you can say sign in using secure server and you are in the Amazon console. So I want everybody to do this tomorrow. So this is the first thing I want everybody to do. Now, since this is going through internet and you're connecting through internet, you got to understand this is not in your house, this is not in your office. This is a public cloud. You are connecting through internet. It is HTTPS. You can see that it is HTTPS. It is encrypted traffic. But still, if somebody can gain access to your thing, it can compromise. There was a company 2 years back, a company in New York City that was actually completely using Amazon for storing developer code that was something like a company that was offering services to store developers to store their code. Somebody compromised that, and they asked to provide them, give these hackers were demanding around $1 million. They didn't give that money, and in fact they wiped off or they deleted every data in that environment, and they lost all their thing. In fact, that whole business got closed because of that. It is what I'm trying to tell you is not for your own accounts that you're creating. That is not the thing. When you become a company's administrator, if you are in your company and you are in charge of your Amazon account, that is what I'm going to. Your company is going to create an account. And many companies are right now in the process of doing these things. They don't have an Amazon account. They might have some test accounts and all. So when you become an Amazon administrator for your company, you have to inform your managers. You need to tell them, okay, hey, these are all the best practices we need to do. And there is quite some best practices. And the first and the most important is protecting your root account. So the email address that you create is actually called, you can see that, once you log in, you will see in your login ID, you will see this My Account. Here you can see there's a beautiful dashboard. And they will tell you all the details about your things. You can see all these details here. You can see there is an account number. That account number is unique. This is a very important account. This is your account number, and Amazon will be tracking you, charging you, billing you, everything from this account number. This account number is unique. Now, when your company is merging with another company, and nowadays there's a lot of mergers and acquisitions are going between companies, and the other company, let's say company A and company B, they both may have an Amazon account. They both may have a lot of servers in Amazon. And after the merger, how do you link these two accounts? How do you integrate these two accounts? How can you have the servers in one account communicate to another account? If you want to do all that, this account number is very, very important. Okay, so here you can see, your billing details. You can see some security challenging questions. I would probably ask you to do that. You may want to configure your security challenging questions. And these are probably some important things. There is nothing. And then if you don't want this account to be deleted, you can actually close this account. I don't think anybody will do that. Once you get into Amazon, you will continue to use it. Even if your company has your own account, when I started working with Amazon 3 years back, I created my account. And that is the account that I'm using now to teach you guys. So, when you have your own account, you can always come and try your stuff, because it is nothing different from your company account. Every capabilities, every feature that your company's account is having, you will also have it. So it's a good thing to have your own account also. And for storing files, there is a lot of things. You don't need to go to Google Drive. You don't have to go to Dropbox. You don't have to go for a Google Doc. There's so many things Amazon. So this should be your final place where you can store your photos, you can store your personal data, and also your work related stuff. So keep using this, keep it secure, make it protected so that nobody can get into it. So create an account, and once you create an account, and then you can see in your bills, you can see your thing, you can see your money that is spent. You can see, last month, my bill came to $189, $200, and sometimes I have bills gone up to $250. Now, that is because I have some other data. I send all the videos. You are uploading and downloading videos for my classes. I shared all these videos. You saw that, right? They are actually stored in S3. I have some websites running from my account. Then, as part of teaching, I create a lot of servers. Sometimes, I don't do free servers. I create sometimes some big servers. When we create databases and all, we create RDS clusters and all. So that will cost VPN and other things, all cost money. That's why. So right now, this new batch we just started, that it's only $8, and it is going to go up as we proceed. And you can see that, and they're forecasting right now with the pace they are forecasting, my bill is going to go up to $77. So you can actually look at this. I want everybody to get in. This is an awesome, this is all analytics, okay? This is all big data analytics they are doing, you know, and the back end using. And you will later, you will understand how Amazon is getting all these beautiful dashboards and how they are doing that. It's all nice analytics are behind it. So this is where you can see it. If you click on the bill here, you can actually see everything, and we're going to learn all these things. Most of the things you're going to learn. So you can see that CloudTrail, you know, I am paying around, there is no money for CloudTrail right now. It is actually free, but once we start using it, it is going to cost me money. CloudTrail is actually where all your logging, Amazon's logs are stored in CloudTrail. When you log in, when you log out, when you create an instance, when you delete an instance, when you create a VPC, when you create a subnet, when you create anything you do, everything will be logged in CloudTrail. We will learn CloudTrail. I would say one of the very powerful tool in Amazon for tracking and auditing and things like that. So you may want to look at that. CloudTrail. CloudWatch is a monitoring tool. Data transfer is amount of data you are transferring. See, I have a small data transfer fee here somewhere. You know, you can see that all different regions. We'll get into all that things, but you can see that, you know, every region, Virginia, you can see that what I have transferred and things like that. And then you can see the data I have transferred around. You can see that, you know, I transferred some data, 1.5 gigabyte of data or something, you know, so 9.53 gigabyte of data I transferred. The first 10 terabytes is, you can see that 9 cents per gigabyte they're charging for that, and then that is why I am getting 86 cents. So this much data transfer, because you guys all downloaded my video, correct? So that is why I end up paying this 86 cents. And that is for 1 gig, you know, 1 per gig. They transfer it per gig. You know, my video is probably around 200 MB or something. So whatever the data that you're transferring, that is the bill for it. That is just for data transfer. You can see everything. It's very granular. You can go into that. You know, for example, you know, EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Here is where you can see some billing, you know. See, we remember we created in the last class, we created an instance, isn't it? Anybody remember? We created an instance, T2 medium in the last class,
Yes.
correct? That one, see, it is just, they charge me for 1 hour. And, you know, I was just showing you that server. So Amazon charges everything on an hourly cycle. Whereas Microsoft do that on a minute basis. Every minute they charge you. Amazon, the beauty, I don't know it is good or bad, but I think hourly is definitely good for everybody. You don't want to see every bill minute. So Amazon charge you for minutes. So if you power on a server and use it for 10 minutes or 45 minutes or 2 minutes, they're going to charge you for 1 hour. Okay? So that is how you need to look at it. So I just use that, you know, they charge me that, and they put me some money for that. That is the thing. And that server, this Windows server, we also attached a 30 gig of hard disk to that, correct? It was a hard disk, and hard disk is different. So this is compute, elastic compute. Compute is the CPU and memory, the cost of CPU and memory. And in the free tier, we saw that 750 hours is this type of 750 hours. If you have 3 servers, it is going to show 3 hours. So 750 hours for 1 month free. So you don't have to pay any money for 750 hours of compute. So that is what it is. Now if your server, if your instance is having a hard disk, they are charging you for 10 cents per gigabyte. If you have a hard disk, it is 10 cents for gigabyte for a month. Okay, it is not for every day. If you have a 1 gig hard disk, it will cost you 10 cents for a month. If you're 10 gig, it is $100, you know, $1, something like that. So that is how they charge it. And it depends, the price also differs between different regions. You can see that we created that server in Virginia. So the Virginia, the price is different. Oregon, the price may be different. In Singapore, the price may be different. Anyway, we will get into it. I just want to show you. So if you have any questions or doubt where your bill has gone, everything is very, very clearly explained here by Amazon. And then you can see some cost explorers. You can do some spend it in different, these are all analytics. You can see, monthly spend, daily spend. You can do a lot of things. You can do some budgeting. I would say, explore these things. You can see some reports here. If you have an EC2 instance, we don't have anything to show now, but you can actually go and click on a particular instance and then see the report of that. They will show you beautiful data with respect to your instance. So, okay, you can find out where you paid the money, usage report in a CSV file. If you want, you can do that. So great reporting tools, very, very powerful and very granular. So I would say definitely get into that. And then you can see the payment methods. You can see your credit cards. You can see all your billings information, all that information here. Consolidated billing is something I just wanted to talk a little bit. Consolidated billing is, a good example is one of my customer, okay, they created an Amazon account first time, and let's call it as account A. And in this account they created a lot of instances, lot balances and things like that. And this is where they started learning, and this was their first account. Then due to certain business needs and things like that, they created another account. At that time again, Amazon asked, hey, give me a credit card and things like that. So now they have to give another credit card. So this is B. And then after some time, because this is not the case, all the cases, in certain large enterprises this can happen. And there is a very good possibility that this can happen. Even for a mid-size, small-size companies, sometimes some companies will keep one for development. They wanted a completely separate environment, a completely separate account for development operations. And they wanted another separate account for their production workloads. Or maybe for some partners they wanted to create. So now let's just imagine this company has 3 accounts, A, B, and C. And all these things, when you create, you need to provide a credit card. But you don't want these 3 bills. You want all these bills to be consolidated. You want all of them come through one account. So when you have that thing, you can actually use this billing consolidation. So there is an option called consolidated billing. And when you have 2 accounts, you can use this account to bill everything into one account. So there won't be any additional payment. So you can link everything into one credit card, even though you have 3 separate accounts. That is what is a consolidated billing means. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. I just wanted to mention that.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Ravi.
You said, right, if it's like 750 hours, you'll have free billing.
Yes.
I mean, there is no billing for 750 hours. But will they inform you before billing and then?
No, they don't inform. They will keep it is on a daily usage. So the bill will come on a monthly basis. They will charge you only on a monthly basis. So I'm getting onto it. So I will tell you what you have to come and look at your bill every day. You can come here and look at your dashboard. You will know what your bill is. Okay, 867. Watch this. It is 867 today. Tomorrow, what is your price. So you can see that your rate is going every day. This number will be increasing, but they're going to bill you only on a monthly basis. Okay.
No, I mean to say, if you cross that 750 hours, right, will they inform you that you have crossed that 750 hours?
No, they don't. They will charge you for that. They don't going to tell you that you crossed the thing or anything. They won't tell you that. Now 750 hours is just the compute. There are many things that in Amazon that are not free. You may be using that. For example, there is something called as an elastic IP address. Okay, I want to show you that. So hold on one second. So if you go here to EC2, there is an option called there is an option called elastic IP address. Elastic IP address is a public IP address. Just in the past, if you want a public IP address, you have to go to network solutions or something, and you have to buy that IP address, and then you have to pay for that. It used to cost like $50, $100 for you. But nowadays, in Amazon, you can go and buy a elastic IP address. We will learn what is an elastic IP address later. Since you asked that question, I want to tell you this is not free. You can go and create a new Elastic IP address. Just by clicking here, they will give you a new public IP address, which you can use for your public website. The entire world can access that website, and you can keep that for your entire life. You can keep that IP address. And that IP address is, I think it charges around $1 or 1 point Elastic IP address. This is the thing. Every time when you do something, I will strongly recommend you guys to AWS EIP pricing. Everything is in Amazon. So if you look here, Elastic, you can see here the Elastic IP address pricing. So if you go here, EAC2 pricing, you will be able to see the pricing for that. Let me see where it is. On-demand pricing. So it will be somewhere here. Here it is. We will be looking at here. See here, you can have one Elastic IP address associated with a running instance. So if you have a Windows server and you want to use that as your web server, or you want to use that as your RDP server for your customers to log in or something, you can give it a public IP address, and that IP address, they're going to charge you, certain money. It is something like, for running in per hour. They do that. I think you have to go here in the Virginia region. You go here, you can see that pricing for that. So Elastic IP address do have a small billing for it, so they will charge you for that. I think it will cost you around $1 or something for a month. Okay, now that is not free. So that will come as a bill. Okay. All right. So now let's go. I cannot hear you. What is that?
That is per month, right? The charge that
Correct. Yes. Very detailed documentations are there. You don't have to. That is why I'm saying, see, in 40 hours, I have a lot of things to do, but you guys also should have that interest to learn and read, anything very easy. Just Google. And Amazon's documentation is the best I have seen. Believe me, in last 22 years, I'm working in IT. I have never seen such a beautiful documentation. Everything is there. It's not just documentation. They also have examples and so many things. And then now you go to YouTube, you're going to see hundreds of videos. Once you get a basic idea of anything that I'm teaching, I would strongly recommend you to go and watch some videos there. There are so many breakout sessions, and I will talk about that, what is reInvent and how these videos are. They are real deep architecture. That's how you learn more things. Really, if you want to go deeper into it, you should watch this video and make it a practice. You are working in a company, believe me, I used to do this for the last 10, 12 years. Even though I'm working in my office, I try to find 1 hour, and I think your managers, your good managers will always appreciate that. Okay, a guy who is learning, you can tell your manager, you can block your calendar maybe in the later part of the day or in the morning or during the lunchtime. Block 1 hour of your calendar and watch one of these videos. Very, very good thing. Nowadays I'm not able to learn all these things because of these classes. Believe me, around 6, 7 years back, I used to watch one video every night before going to bed. 45 minutes. I just watch, and interestingly I watch rather than watching a movie. I mean, that's individual's choice, but make it a practice. It will definitely help you. Okay, so coming back to our thing here, you go to the billing. Let's go to the billing here, and then there is an option here. I wanted to show you that. Where is that information? Hold on 1 second here. So you may want to put these contacts, billing contacts and things like that and all. Okay, I have not done that. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. I just want to show you. There is a place where you can set alerts, and I wanted to show you that. Where do we do that? I think it was somewhere. It was somewhere here. I forgot where it is. Hold on one second.
Bill details and the
Okay, here it is.
alerts.
Alerts and notifications. So this is a very good thing, and especially now that, now just Ravi is asking, there's a lot of concern with everybody. Okay, how much is it going to cost me, So you can set a target, and you can, so I would say, let's do this, and I will show you this. So you can go here. I think as you create, the first thing is you create your account, and once you create your account, come and set up your account, everything, and then you come to your billing and cost management dashboard. You come to the alerts and notifications, and then you come here and set your first thing. You can actually come here and you can create a budget thing. Here you can actually configure thing. You can do this. You don't need to do all these things. I don't know. If you want, you can do all that. But what you need to really do here is you can come to the notifications. You can come to the notification and you can say when your actual bills are greater than so you budget, you put your budget amount here. They just changed this a little bit here. So you can say class 10 budget. I'm just putting it. I'm going to say costly for monthly period. I'm just saying 117 to let's say 131. This is my billing. I'm going to say my budgeted amount is $50. I'm just saying all these services, all the services. You can say all that. I don't think you need to do that actually. Includes related to service. I think you can just say that. All these things will come up. All the things that you want, you can actually select. And then you come here and you can say that, your actual costs are greater than or equal to the, equal to a percentage of the budget. It is 100% or something like that. You can put your email address. It is going to send you an email alert. Okay. So you need to do a couple more things here. Let us do this, okay, so that you guys will understand that. So I'm going to put this here, class 10. Select the cost. You're putting your start date and all. Budgeted amount is $50. And then you come and select your options, include costs related to, I think, it's all the services if you want. You don't need to do this. I think you will get all the options here. You need to get an email notification equal to 100% of your budget amount, or when your amount reaches 50%, that means when it reaches $25, you're going to get an email address. So here you need to create receive your notification Amazon simple notification service. So this is something that we need to learn how to create an Amazon notification. So we will learn this little later. So I'm going to create a notification here. You can do that there. I'm not sure this can be done it that way. No, you cannot do it that way. So I have to show you how to create that AR, and it is not going to work now. Okay, I think it's created that. So, it's basically, you can see that, we put that bill. It is going to send you an email address. So I will show you how to create an SNS topic, and also then only you will understand that notification comes up. So let me go through that in a minute, but you can create a billing alert like that so that you will get it. I will show you that in 2 days. Okay, don't worry about it. Your bill is not going to cross that. Because you need to understand what is SNS topic, how to create a notification in Amazon. So once you learn that notification thing, you can get email alerts. Okay. So you get it. So don't worry about it. Even I get email addresses. I get alerts for my billings. Every time my bill crosses a certain amount, I get an email alert. Here it is. You can see that, receive billing alerts. So you can send billing reports. They can send it to your email, but if you want, it's up to you. So billing alert, this is where actually you can do your billing alerts. I think I have a billing alerts. Let me see in this account. I have it. Yeah, so I have this billing alert. So this is where we do it, but I haven't got in here. So you can go to the billing here, and then you can create a billing alarm. This is where actually you do it. You don't have to do it from the main window. I'll show you this. So you can come here and do that, but you need to create something called as a notification. That is where we had the problem. So you can actually come and say, what is your billing alert? So you can say if your dollar amount, you can actually put your exact value here. Enter a spending threshold. You can say, okay, my billing thing is $100. If my total AWS charges for this month crosses more than $100, so you can see that here, the $100 mark. Right now I am here. If it goes here, it is going to send me an email here. But that email is sent using something called as a notification thing. It is called a simple notification service. It is a service in Amazon where you have to go and create a notification thing. So let me quickly, I know you won't understand it, but let me just quickly go and show you how to create this notification so that you know how to do that. Okay. So what you need to do is, don't worry about it if you don't understand. Just to make sure that you guys are comfortable, I wanted to show that. Let's do that. Okay. So click on okay, one more thing. When you do all these things, how do you go back? Every time you want to go to the home page, you click on this button, the create console home. So you click on that, it will take you to the console home. Once you come to the console home, what we are talking about is actually in the messaging system, there is something called as SNS. SNS stands for a simple notification service. Here is where you create, I'm not going to go through all that thing. We will learn this little later. But you can come here and create a subscription. You can click on the subscription, that will give you things. So you can say click on subscription. So you see that what I'm doing. So you just create a subscription. This is what you need to do. You clear and call class 10 subscription. Okay, and then you come here, you want email. So you click on that email and put your email address here, whatever email address you want here. Okay, so you create this. I think it cannot have capital letters, if my understanding is correct. Topic name is class 10. Okay, you have to create a topic also. So you come here, you first create a topic. We need to learn all these things, so I just wanted to leave it here. So you create something called as a topic here. Okay, don't worry about it. I just want to show you what to do this here. You come to the SNS, you create a new topic. You can give it a name, let's call it as, class 10 notifications. So you can give your name, whatever you want. Okay, it cannot have more than 10 characters. I'm just putting it. So just create a topic first, and then you come to the subscription. Create a subscription. You put your topic name, class 10. So you can do it from here. So you come here, and then you create a subscription. Here, this is the topic ARN. We'll talk about ARN stands for Amazon Resource Name. I will talk about, don't worry about any of these things right now. You come here, you get your email address, put your email address there. I'll repeat this one more time, and you create a subscription. Once you create a subscription, so you can see that now a new subscription is created and it is sending in pending confirmation. That means it send an email to me. It is not confirmed yet, then only you will get email. So when you put your email address, you will get an email. So two things to do. One is first you have to go and create a topic. So you create a topic, and that topic will create a Amazon resource name. Click on that, and then you can create a subscription. You can create multiple subscriptions from the same topic. You can use many email addresses for that, but I just wanted to show you. So when you create a topic and then you create a subscription, which put your email address. If you're a developer, you can use other options also. You can actually use HTTP or HTTPS or SQS JSON. So if you are a Lambda functions, you could use. There are many things. If you are a Amazon developer, you could actually use these things for your applications to communicate. But normally people do email. That is where you get your notification. So you create that and do that. It will come to pending confirmation. Now if you look at my email address, I would have got an email now. I'm just taking my Outlook here. Give me 1 second here. I will get an email here. I'm looking at my email. So here it is. I got an email from Amazon now. Class 10, it came to me and it says AWS notification subscription confirmation. So you get something like this. This is from the topic, and you have to click on this confirm subscription. So once you click on confirm subscription, it will give you a green button saying that subscription is confirmed. You are good to go now. Now this email address can receive notifications from Amazon. That is the first thing you need to do. Okay. So once you do that, now if you go here, you can see here, if you refresh this pending confirmation will go. It will say that it is confirmed. So now you have created a subscription. Okay. So this is the first thing you need to do. Once you do that, now you go to the billing. You go to your billing, receive billing alerts. You can go to the preferences, you can billing alerts, manage billing alerts. And you can come here, you go to the billing. You can create a billing alarm. You click on the billing and you create a billing alarm. And I'm going to say if my value goes more than $25, now it is asking, okay, how do I send the notification? So you created a subscription for that. So you pick your topic name, see class 10. That is the topic that we created, isn't it? I'm going to say, okay, use this topic to send me notification. So when you do that, it will automatically send email address to you. So now you can see that your billing budget is here. And if you're the every day it is going to hit, and when it hits $25, you get an email address. That way you will have a peace of mind. You know that, okay, if my billing is going above a certain value, you can always do that. So keep on updating this value. You can start with $10, you can start with $25. I would say put a $25 bill so that this is on a per month basis. Is this clear for everybody? So please do that. Once you do this and you click on alarm, it will create an alarm. So you can see that it will come here. Whenever this crosses, see estimated charges, if it crosses, $25, this is going to get into an alarm stage. When it get into an alarm stage, it is going to send you an email notification. So immediately you will get an email, that, oh, okay, my billing goes more than that. And we'll see all this. So this is, I don't wanted to get into this, but this is called CloudWatch. This is where you do monitoring. This is where you do all these. You can see that different billing alarms. You can create CPU utilization. If you have a server and that server's CPU utilization goes above certain threshold, you can send alerts. A lot of things you can do with it, but we will learn all that later. But right now, we just created a billing alarm. And if you click on that billing alarm, you can see the details of it. You can modify all these alarms and things like that. So I wanted to go back here one more time. I think I messed up. So in order to create a billing alarm, first you need to create a notification. In order to create notification, you have to go to messaging, go to symbol notification service. This itself is a topic. There's quite some things we need to talk about. What is topic? I am not telling you what is topic, what is the purpose of topic, what is subscription, all that things we'll talk later. But what you do now is you come to the topic, you create a topic, and we did that. You create a topic. We'll do one more time just to show you. You create a topic, give it a name, test. You give it a name, and it can only have 10 characters. We saw that, if you give a name more than that, it is going to give you, I think, an error message. Okay, it did do that. I don't know. It was earlier, it was showing that. So you create a topic. Once you create the topic, you click on that topic, and now you can create a subscription here. Subscription means one topic will be used to send thing, and it is created in the East region. You can create your subscription, and when you create a subscription, don't change this. This is your unique topic, and then you can say which method you want to use. If you are a developer, you could use even HTTP or HTTPS to send, but you need to use or you can even use SMS. I think you can put your phone number here. Okay, if you put your phone number, you will get text messages to your phone. So that is probably another easier way. So you can quickly get SMS notification to you. So put your phone number here. You can see that my phone numbers are here. And then when you do that subscription, I'm going to get a text message on my phone. You have to subscribe to that. And once you do that, it will come in a pending stage and you approve it. So that is the first thing you need to do. And the second thing you need to do is once you do that, you can actually go straight here to the management tools. You don't need to go to all these places. You go to the management tools, go to CloudWatch. Once you go to the CloudWatch, you can click on, there is a section called billing itself. You go to the billing and you can create a new billing alarm here. You can create a new billing total estimated charges. You can create a billing alarm for here. You can do that. So that is very easy to create a billing alarm. Any questions on that?
At what point do you create multiple subscriptions? I mean,
multiple subscriptions you want to create is for different things. Your company may have different purposes. You may have, not only for this, you have subscriptions needs to be created for different services. You want to create instances, you may creating load balances, different stuff. You can create different subscription, and also you need subscriptions for different email addresses. You don't want one subscription will have, you can have multiple email addresses in one subscription, but you don't want the billing alert should go only to 5 people. You don't want so if you have a different set of people, you need to create another subscription that will have another set of email addresses.
Okay, understood. So for each of the services, can we create like a different subscription for each of the services? Like for a compute, we can create a subscription.
Yes, absolutely. So you need to create only one topic, but for each one you can create different subscriptions. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, so all right, so I'm just seeing some Yogendra is having some questions here. So Yogendra, Minhas is asking, Minhas, you still have an old look or you have a new look?
I have the old look.
Okay,
now.
so that is depending on the usage. Let me ask you, everybody created, those who created Amazon, are you seeing the screen like this or you are seeing in a different look?
I'm seeing a different way. This is not
Ravi, okay. So Amazon is slowly changing. I think it is depending on different regions. They had a look like this in the past. I think I have a picture to show you that. Hold on one second here. Don't get confused here. I am doing the same thing.
If you Google it, it comes up, yeah.
Yeah, hold on one second. I think I might have a... okay, let's do a Google here.
Console or dashboard.
Yeah, I want to show you. So Amazon's old console was pretty much like this. Okay.
Yeah,
You see it? This is what most of the people see. It is same thing, but they just recently changed this. That's a new look. What I'm showing is actually the new look, and it depends on certain regions, certain, if you're connecting from California, you may be getting a different look. They have services coming from different. So I think from Virginia is the top thing. So I am near to Virginia. I'm in Philadelphia. So I am getting that. So it is changing for people. So if you see this, nothing different. Everything is same, still the same thing, but you have a different look. I used to like this view much better than what I have now, but unfortunately for me, they have a whole different look now because there are more and more services. I think they wanted to keep this console more faster by taking all the images and all out. That is why they're making it more simple. Okay, so don't get confused. If you are seeing this, it is the same, exact same thing. Nothing is different. Okay.
Just to understand, is there a way to switch back and forth? Is there a
No,
possibility?
no, there is no options. I don't think there is an option here. I'm not sure. Maybe we can, probably we can look at it, and I don't know. I don't think there is an option to go there. Can anybody Google it? Is it saying? I never tried.
I tried Googling it. I tried it, but I couldn't get any information. It wasn't.
Switch back to old error. No, I don't think there is a switching to a role. No, that is different thing. AWS Management support switching between. Okay. No, that's all switching between account. I don't think once it changes, I think this is it. It's not going to change it. Don't worry about it. You go to learn the newer one. So if you get this, the thing. But if you are in a old console, I think there is an option. Probably might be there to switch to new look. I was seeing somewhere. I'm not sure.
There is a thread in Amazon services actually that talks about this.
What is that?
There is a thread actually. There is a question and answer kind of a thread where they actually discuss the switching back and forth between.
Is it possible?
I don't think so. That is what it says. You can't go back to the old version. No, that is what it says. Amazon has written. You can't go back to the older version. The new version is permanent.
Yeah. So if you are in Oregon, I think in Oregon and all may be having a different look. So if you go to Oregon, but it is still going to show the same thing here. If you go to Oregon, for me, everything is, my main console is here, but you're going to see here also it is changed, the size and all changed. So if you go to Singapore, you see the same thing. The look. For me, it's not going to change. I'm pretty sure. See, I have all this same look, but it changes. Okay. So it doesn't matter. I don't know how to change that. I don't think it is possible. That is my understanding. All right, let's go back. So we created this account. Now another important thing I wanted to talk, I still haven't done. So I think one of the concern is gone, right? So you know how to create a billing alert. So if your bill goes more than that, so create an account, provide your credit card, provide all the questions, everything, and create an account. And once you create an account, you can go and set up an alert. Now, I want to take your attention to another place in the console homepage. You go to the security and identity and compliance. This is called as IAM, Identity and Access Management. This is another service. Hey, Kader, can you please mute? Kader, can you mute?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thanks. Okay, so IAM, you click on this IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. When you create an Amazon thing, it's basically this will come here like this. Okay, I just want to show you this. Your account, when you go to your Identity and Access Management, you will see something like this. Are you all, those who have account, are you seeing like this? That is your account number .signin.aws.amazon.com, correct?
Yes.
You can keep that. This is, I will show you what is this and how to use that. But you can always customize it by giving your name. So I'm just putting a company name here. So it will come like this. So you can use this login in, you can use this URL to log into Amazon. I'm going to take that URL. Look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to Amazon. You go here and put it this URL here, and you will see a different screen now. You see here? That is your name of your account or your name you're given, and you need a username and password. This is called as the IAM Console or IAM user interface. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. These are user accounts that you create within your Amazon account, not the root account. If you have a root account, you cannot log in from here. And I will talk about IAM and how to create that users and all later. If you want to log in with your root account, you should go here and click sign in using your root account. Okay, you can give here, this is the thing, this is the first place to learn. So right now, today and tomorrow, or maybe for the next 2 or 3 days, you will be using the root account to log in. You are not going to use IAM account to log in. We will learn IAM account, how to create IAM account, but here you can come and you can create users, you can create roles and policies. So we need to learn all that thing. There is so much of policies and rules, and you can create users and groups and things like that. We will come here. But the reason I came here is not to do that. You come to, again, I wanted to take you back again. You come to the security and identity and compliance and click on IAM, and you will see IAM. So you see here another thing here. You can see on the top button, if you want some shortcuts, you can actually drag and drop here. So for example, I have IAM here. I just dragged and drop it here. For example, if I want, let's say if I want CloudTrail to be here, you can just drag and drop it here and it will come there. See here, now I have CloudTrail. So it's like a shortcut, you can do it. You click on that shortcut, you will go straight to CloudTrail. CloudTrail is, I just mentioned earlier, CloudTrail is where you can see all your logs and things like that. But that needs to set up. There are something called as trails and all you need to set up. We'll see how to create that. For that you need to understand S3 and things like that. So don't worry about that. What I'm trying to tell you is you can create your shortcuts here. If you want, you can remove these things. If you don't want any of these things, you can actually remove it. So I have just IAM as there. So you click on IAM. You come to Identity and Access Management homepage. And this is the first thing, IAM user link. You can customize that. By default, it will be your account number.signin.aws.com. You can use that, but it is always to customize it with your name or something. So it will give you a unique URL for you. Once you come here, there is an option called Activate MFA for your root account. Anybody know what is MFA stands for? Multi-factor authentication. I think in the first class I showed you about using RSA token, correct? We talked about Google Authenticator, correct? I strongly recommend all of you to use second factor authentication for your accounts. Okay, I just want to add a thing here, guys. There's so many people. If you guys are coming late, I won't be able to unmute you. Now I am unmuting. I see Santosh is there. I see Shyam Sundar Reddy. I'm seeing multiple people here in the class. If you come late, you got to let me know if you want me to unmute you. Okay, so you can use the chat window to do. I just see a message from actually Kashif. Where is Kashif actually? Okay, Kashif is, it's Kashif, you came late, so I didn't see that. That's why I couldn't unmute you, okay? So just try to be here 9 o'clock if possible every day. I will try my best to be here by 9, worst case by 9:05, but I think you should not be late more than 9:05 because it will affect the class. So let's go and activate your MFA on your root account. So what we do is we can do different methods to do activate your MFA account. You click on that. Once you create your root account, you can create manage MFA. You can see there is something called as virtual MFA device. So in order to do that, the first thing you need to do is you have to go and download. Everybody having a thing. So I would say you go and download. Can you guys all try this for me now, please? Go to your smartphone. I am sure everybody has a smartphone. Why don't you just go and download this app called, I would prefer to use OT. There is an app called OT, two-factor authentication. This is much more powerful than Google Authenticator. The beauty of OT is, you need to explore this little bit. The beauty of OT is a much more advanced second factor authentication. If you're using in company and all, I would definitely ask you to do OT, so you can actually download this app. It's a two-factor authentication for Google, Facebook, and other things. You can use this for everything. So can you guys go and please download this particular app called OT? The advantage of this is, let's say you have an iPad and you have an iPhone and you have an Office thing. You can put the same OT in all that devices and you get the same code on different devices. Otherwise, you always have to carry the same phone with you. You getting what I'm saying? So OT can be, you can attach OT to multiple devices, which is a great advantage compared to Google Authenticator. Google Authenticator, once you put it on your phone, and if you lose your phone, you're done, and then you will be in a bigger trouble. So I would strongly recommend to download OT. So can you guys please go and download OT on your phones now, please? Can anybody try that for me now? So I have OT, so I wanted to show you the OT's look and feel, how OT look like. So once you do OT, it will be like this. It will come pretty much like this. Let me see. I can show you a decent picture of OT. How it looks like. It will pretty much look like this when you download it to your application. Anybody is trying? At least one or two people. Yeah. Can you try? You got it?
Yeah, already. Yeah.
Okay, you got it, right? Yes. So what I'm going to do is, I also have OT. I cannot show you that actually, but I am starting my OT here. Okay. And then there is a add account there, correct? Are you seeing that add account option?
Yes.
Okay. So you click on that add account option and there is something called a scan barcode, correct?
There is a backup password.
Okay, you give a password.
It's asking for the ticket backups.
Yeah, you can just give a password for that. That is always needed. Remember that. Okay, so once you do that, it will come to a stage where it will ask you scan for QR code. So what I'm going to do is I am going to activate my root account. I'm going to activate my root account with the second factor authentication. So you click on manage MFA. Now Amazon supports software MFA, that is virtual MFA. It's like Google Authenticator, it supports. So if you want to know, for more information about supported MFA devices, you can go here and look at it, and you can actually see what are the MFA things Amazon supports. So MFA, actually Amazon supports pretty much all these things: Google Authenticator, OT for Android phones. For iPhone, actually for iPhone also they supports OT. Okay, Windows phone I'm not sure, BlackBerry I'm not sure, but I think OT is supported in all the phones. But actually they also have hardware thing, just like RSA token. Amazon does not support RSA two-factor authentication. Okay. So if you know,
have that small tokens.
So they don't support this RSA tokens anymore. Where is that?
30 seconds it changes.
Yeah, it changes that. So everybody in your company, who do you guys have RSA or something in your company?
Just scroll up.
Back in India, I used to have a.
Yeah, here it is. So it will be like this.
Yes, I have one software.
Yeah, but the problem with Amazon is Amazon does not support RSA. Okay, it is a totally different company. It is actually owned by Dell and all. There is some politics going on. They don't support this. But if you want a hardware device like that, you want to put it on your keychain and you want to do it. But I don't think it's not needed. You can get RSA devices like this. Amazon do support some hardware devices, hardware key fobs, and it is actually I think there are a couple of devices. It is $12 and you can purchase it and they will ship it to you, that thing, if you want. So if your company is having a root account, maybe that's a general thing. You can buy that and keep it with your big boss, or they recommend to keep this account. You don't use a root account actually speaking, but you may want to keep it in a secure place. So if you want a physical MFA, multi-factor authentication thing, you can buy a thing, but this is a separate device that Amazon send it to you. But most of the companies are right now using software tokens. Okay, and we're going to do that now for our thing. So again, come back to IAM, come to your you will see this option called activate MFA for your root account. This is only for your root account. This is the first thing you want to do, and this is what probably would have happened to that company in New York. They didn't have a second factor authentication. Somebody compromised their account and they can do. So you come here and you click your manage MFA. So if you have a virtual hardware, you can do that, but we're going to use a virtual MFA. You click on that and you click next. Okay, so to activate virtual MFA, you first need to install MFA compatible application on your UC's smartphone. So I hope you all installed it. I mean, I know at least few of you might have done it. When you click next, you will get this barcode. So what I am doing right now here is, you cannot see that. I am scanning this using my Authy. I am actually scanning that barcode now. So I got it. And then there is a logo. You can actually change the logo. Actually, Amazon's logo is right there. So you can actually put that Amazon's logo there. Give it a name. And then it will come up with a number. So I am seeing a number. This number stands there for 30 seconds. So I'm giving that number. I'm just putting from my phone. I'm entering this number 663090. And I have to wait for another 20 more seconds to get the second code. The code will change on my phone. And this is how you set up your MFA device. Okay. So I'm waiting 2 more seconds to go. I will get a new set of numbers. Okay, here you go. I got the new set of numbers. The new set of numbers is 415687. And you can say activate virtual MFA. So MFA device is successfully associated. Now my account is associated with MFA. Okay. And now what we're going to do is, I am going to log off from here, and let me show you what happens now. So I'm going to log into the console now. You all see that I logged in first when we started the class, correct? Sign into the console. I'm entering my username and I'm giving my password, but this is not enough to get in. Now, since my account is protected, see here it is saying Amazon Web Services, my account is protected with MFA. If I don't put my number now, does anybody know that number? That number is only on my phone, and that will only stay there for another 30 seconds. That number keep on changing. So I'm going to give my number here. I have my new number 628485, and now I will be inside my thing. You see that? So now my account is double protection. That is why it's called a second factor authentication, second level of protection. This is great, and I strongly recommend you guys to do that for your root account. Okay. Since this is not very critical, I am going back here. So you can see that is also a security thing. It is actually the status. If your company is having compliance and all, your security team might come and question that. Why is it not activated? So if you want, you can come here. You can manage your MFA if you want. If it's sometimes you may resync it. You can, if you do the phone or something. I'm going to deactivate my device. I don't want that. So I'm actually deactivating my account. So I do not have. I don't want to have that for now. So I'm going to go back in, and now I can log in with thing I don't have, since I don't have an authentication. So this is clear for everybody, how to protect your account with second factor authentication. Now, don't worry about all these things. There's a lot of things we need to learn about IAM. I'm just trying to show you certain things so that you will be good to go for the coming days. Yeah, go ahead. Questions?
Is it only for root account or any all the accounts that you create?
Sorry, Ravi. What is the question?
Is it only for the root account or all the accounts that you create within Amazon?
No, the second factor authentication should be done for all accounts, but I haven't taught you how to create users, how to create groups and all. When we get in there, we will see that. But when you go here in the IAM, this option is only for root account. But when you have a user, I haven't talked about these users. Yes, when you have a user, for example, if you have a user called admin, you can have that user with security. You can have him for second factor authentication. There is an option to create MFA. You can actually assign MFA to that. But we will learn that later. I don't want to get into that discussion now. Right now, you using your root account to log in, correct? So protect that with second factor authentication. So everybody, please download Google Authenticator or OTI. I recommend OTI, and try to learn a little bit more on OTI so that you can link that with multiple devices. If you have a tablet and an iPhone, you can actually link both devices using the same account. So even if you lose your phone, you can use the other device to get it. Okay.
Hey Deepu, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I was trying to, so do you need to enter like both authentication code 1 and authentication code 2? I was trying to do when you were speaking, and
yes, when you set
it's giving me an error. It's giving me an error like saying failed to associate the token.
Are you using OTI?
OTI, yeah.
Okay, let's do one more time.
Okay.
Okay, so you have OTI on your phone now, correct?
I have it downloaded in my PC actually.
Okay, in your PC.
Yeah.
You don't have a smartphone?
I do, but I thought like I'll just do that.
No, the PC, let's say, if you are in, if you are at your work or you are in some place and you want to get into thing, how do you connect? That is why I said, but OTI is good. You can have it, the same account can be linked to your phone also, okay? Anyway, I never tried it from a PC, so I'm not sure is there anything different. But anyway, let's go here.
Okay.
You come here to the activate MFA root account, manage MFA, virtual MFA device, right?
Yeah.
You're here, and then you click next.
Yeah, I'm there.
And you click next. Okay. Now, whatever number right now, don't do it. It is 2 consecutive numbers you need to enter. 2 consecutive numbers. That is the key. So enter the first number. Then wait for 30 seconds and enter the second number, and then you say activate MFA.
Okay.
It should work.
Okay, we'll try that.
Okay. Did anybody configure this? Anybody?
I actually have one also, but that comes as a message to me.
Yeah, I just
okay,
did
so
my.
Karthik said Karthik did. Who else did it actually? Okay, Jacob, you did, right?
Yeah. So basically, I actually entered the first code and then click on activate it. So it asked me to enter the second one. I mean, the second one was highlighted, so I waited for it.
You got to do both. You got to do both. It's for something.
Activated now.
Yeah. It should work. Okay, I think it's very straightforward. So you just scan this. Now another good thing is I also recommend to you is this barcode is unique. I would say you take a screenshot of this barcode and keep it with you. Okay, this is normally people don't do that. I would definitely recommend doing that. Just take a screenshot of this thing and store it in a place so that in case if you lose it, you lost your phone and you got a new phone, you can still download Google or OTI on that phone or Google Authenticator and you can use this. But this is the key, this barcode. If you get this barcode, so I would strongly recommend If you have it, delete it, recreate it, get this screenshot with you guys, please, okay? Because this is the only time that shows. So if you have that barcode, then anytime you lose the phone and you get a new phone, you can still get into your account using that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amazon does not recommend that, but I would definitely, if you can store it in a nice place, save it in some other name, it will be a good thing, always handy. So if you lose your phone and you are in some place and you want to get in, you kind of locked out, you could use this to get it. But once it is done, you cannot do that.
Well, Archie recognizes our account too. Does it keep track of the account?
What is that?
Does Archie keep track of our account too? Like what account we are trying to log in? Because
I
it
think
shows me all on
OT
the
keeps,
table.
OT keeps some information, yes. It's a very highly enterprise-wide product, okay? OT, it is not a simple product. It is not just, I don't know, Google Authenticator also, but OT is a very recognized company, big company is actually using it. Okay?
It's behaved into that.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. So I think at this point, everybody know how to create an Amazon account, and you know how to customize your, dashboard here on the top. You know about billing. Time is running, so I just thought of doing certain things, but at least we are good to hear. We'll go slowly for next couple of days, and then we'll take the pace. I just want to make sure that everybody is understanding what we're doing. Now, don't worry about SNS and don't worry about the topics and all. We will learn that as a separate topic. That itself is a big topic. What is topic, where it can be used, what is subscription, all that things we learn more when we get on to CloudWatch and alarms and all. That is where we will learn that. But at this point, I think everybody is good. So the first thing what we will start with is Amazon is actually you can get on to the compute thing in the EC2. This is where we start with. I think I told you about different regions. The account side, I think that is where it is, there is pretty much. So here it is, I think somebody was asking about, I think Yogendra was asking about, if you want, I don't think when you create a free account, you cannot create. So I just want to show you here, you go to the support thing. There are forums. I would say you definitely use Amazon forums here. You can developer forum, you can actually do, this is actually subscribe to these things. There is a hell lot of, informations out there. You can post your questions, and there are so many things for developers and infrastructure, everything. There is a lot of forums here. I don't use this much, but I think you may want to definitely do that. What I want to show you here is you go to this support center. This is where you can create your case. You can see here basic support plan. I think Yogendra, you asked me this question, correct?
Yeah.
So when you buy it, I think all of you get a basic support plan, but you can change your support plan by paying more money. So here it is, the details of it. Okay. Okay. Ravi, can you please mute? Actually, there's a lot of you're typing a lot of information, but we can hear. Santosh also. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. All right. I mean, it will be a disturbance for all of us, right? That's why I say you keep muted. So here is the thing. Understand here. You see the details of your support and all. If you want to go, you get full support 24/7. Amazon support is outstanding. I have to tell you that. Being a Microsoft guy for the past 22 years, we have the top class Microsoft support, premium support, whatever you call it. When you have an issue, you open a case, unless otherwise it's so critical, you can contact, your Microsoft representative and get somebody involved very quickly. But normally, even if you have a major cluster outage or something, you go and create a case. Microsoft will contact you in 2 hours or 4 hours, depending on what is the SLA. And then they send you an email, okay, we got your case and we're going to work on it and all. There will be a guy from Bangalore, most of the time it will be from Bangalore. The guy will send an email and then you start working with him. It will take 4 or 5 hours to get somebody on board and do that. VMware support, I think it's much more better than that. There are some queues and all you can call in if it is a high priority case. You can get into a direct queue line where you can speak with a technical expert in VMware. Amazon support, in basic you won't get any other support. You only get support for billing and things like that. You get some supports, you get all these things, you can see all your things. If you really want technical support, then you need to have any one of these three thing. Okay, so once you go here, there is a pricing for that and you can see here your pricing. Basic is free, so you will not get any real technical support. That means you cannot call Amazon. Now, what we have in my business and all, we have a we have this business thing, and then enterprise. You can see that the pricing of enterprise starting from 15,000 per month. This is starting at $100 per month. Now, you look at that that black screen that popped up. Okay, it is not $100 a month. It is actually 10% of your billing is what they're going to charge you. Okay, if your billing is $100, then it is $10. But minimum is $100. It is minimum $100. But then onwards, if your billing is $2,000, can anybody tell me what will be your support cost if your billing is $2,000?
200.
It will be $200. So it is not $100 a month. You can see that starting at $100. Okay. So it is always 10% or up to $10,000, then 7% up to $80,000, 5% up to $250, and then it keep on going. Everything is service based, and they have different algorithms to calculate it. But the beauty is, if you open up a case with Amazon, you can directly call and they will pick up the call in less than 2 to 3 minutes. You always get a support guy, and they will go beyond and above to support it. A guy you call and you start talking to him of a particular issue. My experience is always when I call them up, they go way beyond and help us, and they provide good documentation. They will take a remote session to your thing. They will walk you through the process. Outstanding support. In fact, believe me, I learned a lot of things by calling support. And you are paying money for the support. It is, there is nothing like every call. No, it is once you get subscribed to this business account, you can call as many as you want. It only depends on the percentage. So your billing is based on the billing. Now this is for large companies. It is 15,000. If your billing is greater than $15,000, then you will have to go for that enterprise account. So if your company is so big, then you may want to. I don't think you need to start with that. But I would say if you really want to get support, you can also do this developer edition where you get technical support. So I think you may want to do that starting at $29 a month. Okay. And then you can see that greater than 3% of your monthly AWS usage. So if your billing is $300, it is $30 a month. So if you want to get technical support and you want to call them up, you may want to use this thing. So you can actually change your plan right here, and you can do that. Now you can see that I have actually couple of cases I opened many times. Even though I don't have any business or developer plan, I still but I normally don't call. I use my business account to get my support, but you can still, with this, you can create a case. So I wanted to show you how to create a case in Amazon. So again, let's go back here one more time to show you where to do it. You go to your support tab here and you go to the support center. Once you go to the support center, as I said, you can change your plan. You can come and create a case here, or you can see the case history here. You can create a case here. You can come here and create a case. Okay. Now you can do that. You see here, when you are on basic plan, you don't have technical support. See, unavailable under basic support. So you can have your billing questions. This is good. And that is probably your first question is, okay, why my billing, just Ravi was asking earlier, is why my bill is $25? Why am I seeing, I used this instance only for, last class I had a student who had this question. He said, he used it only for a couple of hours, but he see a billing more. You can always contact, you can select your thing, you can select, general info, and getting started, you can call them up and talk all your questions about your billing. Marketplace, we'll talk about marketplace. Marketplace is just like your app store in your Google phone, iPhone or Android phone. You can go and buy your apps, correct? So marketplace, Amazon has a great set of marketplace. There are so many appliances available. We will see all that. You can get F5 load balancers, checkpoint firewalls. A lot of appliances are available. We'll see how to get them, how to buy them, backup appliances, things like that, to get more features and capabilities to your Amazon. So you can have any questions on marketplace or billing. You can go here, and then you have, consolidated billing, credits and promotions. You can see all these free tier. You put your questions, and I think once you come here, you can actually select your billing option, select your category, put a subject here, type a description here. And the beauty is, you come here and click on the phone button and put your phone number here. Oh, sorry, I think I just closed that. Okay, you put your phone number here and click submit. What happens is it will call straight to your phone. You want to try that? You can try that now. I will actually show you now what happens here. Okay, I'm going to put my number. Okay, and you click on the submit button, and you can see that my phone will ring now. You see here, I'm canceling that call. But you see that cool it is. Outstanding. Okay, there will be somebody pick up. You can ask your question, so you don't have to wait for anything. Your question will be there. You can go here and let us go and cancel this case. I just want to go and close this case, so you can do that. Make sense? Any questions here? So get on to discussion forums, some technical FAQs. There is quite some information, all this information is right here. Your account number is here. Changing the support plan and all. Any questions here for anybody? I think 25 plus people are here. I mean, everybody is clear. At least just if you can give a yes or a thumbs up or something in the chat window will be good. I just want to move forward. All are good, right? Okay, good. All right, so try to use, what I was trying to tell you is, even I had cases, see here, instance showing shutting down. You see this? Instance showing shutting down. I actually opened that as a billing question, and then I got some answers there without getting onto my basic plan. I mean, developer plan. So you can still try that. Amazon is good. They will try to help you out. And in fact, I want to also tell you, when I started using this Amazon account for the first time, this is probably around 3-4 years back, I shared my account with one of my friend in India. They were doing some application development, and they went and created some servers in Singapore. Now the problem with this Amazon's console is, when you are in Virginia and you go to EC2 and you click on EC2 instance, you can see that there is no instances running. So you think that, oh, okay, I don't have any instances running. We have only that one server that we created. You think there is only one server running. Does it mean that I have only one server here or one VM here?
No, it's just under that North Virginia.
Correct. That is the key here. You are in Virginia region and that is the only place you can see the server. If you have a server in Singapore, if you have a server in London, you will not see in this screen. And my friend, he went and created 2 servers in Singapore, and they were running, and it was giving me a bill, and I got a bill of around $200 or $300. This is like 3 years back, I'm saying. And I was not aware of it. Believe it or not, I contacted Amazon. I said, this was a mistake. We didn't know that. In fact, they credit me that whole money back. I think to a certain extent, Amazon understand. They wanted people to come and use it. They wanted, so they will not put you down. Believe me, even if you happen to have a, accidental bill or something, always contact them and they will credit your money back. Now, I cannot guarantee that, but I think there is a good possibility that they will do it. So, Minhas is asking a question. So what can I do if I have so many servers in different locations, in different regions? Can I see all of them in one single pane of glass? Amazon didn't have a solution for that. There are third-party companies. There is a company called, I wanted to show you, Alert Logic. Again, when I say all these things, you may want to make a note of these things. These are all products and companies that are very good. I have done so much research. I went to these sessions and all when I go for Amazon reInvent and all. Alert Logic is a very powerful company, which is Amazon specific products. They have so much things here where you can do monitoring, additional monitoring, additional stuff. You can do a lot of things about this thing. So this is a good company. They have a lot of products for Amazon. AWS vulnerability management, manage cloud security. You can do full stack. They are partners for different companies. You can see that they are, if you're on-prem cloud or your Microsoft Azure or Amazon, they support everything. When you have a product like this, you can create your own dashboards with servers and instances from different locations. Okay. Now, recently, around 3 months back, Amazon created something called as resource groups. Resource group is where you can club instances from different regions and all those things. So we will learn this later. So answer to your question, Minhas, this is a new capability that Amazon just recently added. It's not even 3 months old, I believe, where you can put your instances, your services from different regions into one bucket, and you can see all of them in one single bucket. So whether it is in different regions or anything, you can see everything in this one window. So this is very good. There are a lot of people who are asking for this kind of a feature, and at last Amazon was able to provide that. So that way you don't have it. So you have to but create your own. You can see that that is a global thing. When I selected resource group, the icon changed to global. It is not specific to a particular region. All of the things that you do are on a particular region. So you have to come here, you have to pick and choose what you want to be added, and then you can see that. So if you have load balancers and volumes and servers and instances from different regions, you can put them all into this bucket. Unless you don't add it, you will not see it. So if somebody creates an instance in London, you're not going to see it in your resource group unless you add it manually. So this is something we'll talk about it later, but I just wanted to give you an idea because Min has asked that question. That's a very good question because if you don't, otherwise how can you go to all the regions? Is it my job to go to every region in the morning and look at every region and see is there any instance running? But I think a quick way to look at this always is go to your billing. Again, I would say you go to your billing account and go to your billing here. Here, if you go here to the EC2 cloud, you can see all your regions. If you have any servers, you can see that. See, I have only Oregon and North Virginia. I don't have any servers or anything running in any other regions. If it is running, then I would have seen this here. So this way, probably maybe a good way to look at it. Okay, do I have any billing coming from any other regions? Your billing is global. You can see again that changed to global. So by looking at the billing, you know that where your cost is coming from. Make sense?
Hi Debu, this is Stanley. So, is it possible to know if I build in one server in Virginia, and is it possible to migrate to other region or?
Yes, absolutely. It is possible. The answer is yes. Stanley, we will do that later, but the answer is
Okay.
yes. But you cannot do a vMotion or anything like that in Amazon. That is not possible. But there are different techniques to migrate servers from one region to another region. There is a cost involved in migrating uh, anything from one region to another region because it is a data transfer between two regions over a WAN link. So there is a cost associated with it, but again, not a huge amount of money or anything, but there is cost. And Amazon is very smart. This is where you think, when you look at servers and pricing, you have to, I think that is another thing. I think you may want to just, when you get some time, I would recommend you to AWS pricing. See how beautiful it is. You got to understand Amazon's pricing is, documentation is outstanding. So you go here, AWS EC2 instance pricing, or you can go here in a pricing in Amazon. Everything you can see here, Amazon EC2 is free to try. I mean, this is all we discussed. There are 4 ways to pay, all that thing, on demand, reserved, and we will learn all these things. What is spot instance? What is reserved instance? What is on demand? We will learn all that from tomorrow onwards. So we'll see what is on demand, what is spot instance, what is reserved instance. Reserved instance is, I just want to tell you since I touched it, if you have a plan, okay, initially nobody can commit that, and I don't think any one of you can do that. But let's say in my office, we have just recently launched a new business application to Amazon. And we are 100% sure that we're going to use that for the next 3 years. We will be definitely using that in Amazon. At that point, I can do something called as reserved instances. When I do reserved instances, I get a price reduction up to 75%. If a server is $1 an hour, and if I'm doing a reserved instance, if I guarantee Amazon that I'm going to use that for 3 years, Amazon is giving me 75% off. So that type of technique is called reserved instances. We will look into that. Amazon has an awesome pricing calculator. We will go through the calculator. I will show you how you can calculate everything. Every service can be calculated, so you don't have to have any. You will not have any surprises. You can exactly see what you're. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, Ravi, I think you have to mute. Okay, thanks. All right, so you will see what is reserved instances, what is spot instances. These are all things that we will be learning in the coming days. The pricing thing will give you the details about all the things, whatever you do, you will see the pricing. So we'll go through that. And what I wanted to show you was on-demand pricing. On-demand is a pricing that is, pay as you go model. It's on a service based. Whatever you use, and you can see here, just wanted to show you here, there are this is in Ohio, and the pricing is also different. Look at something I just want to show you here. Let's take an example of a T2 extra large. Okay, T2 extra large is a type of an instance. I'm talking about a Amazon server. You're building a server that is T2 extra large. That server will have 4 CPUs and 16 gigabyte of RAM. It is $1.88 per hour. It is like 18 cents per hour, right? This is the pricing in Ohio. I'm going to change that server to Virginia, and let's see, is there any pricing differences there? So here it is, T2 extra large. It is still the same price in Virginia. Let's look at what is the pricing in Tokyo. So look at that, the pricing in Tokyo. Is it same or more?
It's more.
It is more. So you never can say the pricing on a particular instance is same across the regions. There are different factors to it. Amazon has explanations to that. Amazon says, depending on the availability, the bigger the region, the pricing is low. So I always have a feeling that, and my experience, I think Virginia will always have a cheaper. Virginia and Oregon. Okay, so if you are in, you guys, if you are in East Coast, I would strongly recommend you to use either Ohio, the new region. You may want to use Virginia, or you may want to use Ohio. This is a new region. But the one thing is that, in Ohio may not have all the services. A new region may not have all these capabilities. IoT may not be working in Ohio, or if you look at EFS, Elastic File System. Elastic File System is, it's just like a NAS in Amazon. You can mount file systems from your Unix servers using that. This feature may not be in Ohio, but I can guarantee that 99% of the features are there in Oregon and in Virginia. Now, I know there are a few people in this class, you are from California side. If you are in California, I know somebody already said, if you're in California, I strongly recommend to build your servers, build your instances in Oregon, because that will be faster. It will be near to your location, so your latency will be good. So if you have a server and you connect to that server, you get better performance. So always try to build servers near to your place, region near to your place. So for me in Philadelphia, or you're in Boston, or you're in New York, I would say you may want to go to Virginia. If you're in Chicago or that area, probably you may want to try Ohio. I mean, I think Virginia should for him. But if you're in California, West Coast, I would recommend either use North California or Oregon. Santosh, Midwest, that's the thing, you can try either one, but it doesn't make big difference. I'm talking from a business perspective. If your company is trying to create, you may want to talk to Amazon to make a better idea, but East Coast, I'm very sure you may want to do that. West Coast, so unfortunately they only have an East and West regions at this point. So in the middle, I don't know which one to use. I think probably you may want to look at Oregon or California. Oregon maybe I'm not sure. Okay, Santosh. So pricing is different for different regions, so just keep that in mind. Now what I'm telling is, everything, you look here, I just wanted to show you here. So, we were talking about Stanley's question about I know we are almost reaching 11 o'clock. I wanted to put stop at 11, and normally, I tend to forget about the time and the class goes to like 11:30, which is not a good thing. And I know a lot of people have other plans. So we'll stop at 11 anyways today. We'll continue the talk. The first couple of days is something I'm trying to make you guys more comfortable with it. So just those who know some stuff, bear with me. Others just try to understand. So here is the thing, answer to your question, to Stanley's question. Okay, hey, can I migrate a server from Virginia to Oregon or Virginia to Singapore? Absolutely, you can do that, but this is how it is. When you do that, AWS region, another region from any AWS service, if you data transfer into Amazon or moving stuff, there is a pricing for it. We will see this later. Into that. Now, one thing I want to tell you here, Amazon has a beautiful thing, and there are some smart guys have taken advantage of it. So let's say this is Amazon, and they have different regions, and each region will have, what will be inside the regions? What is inside the regions? Inside the regions, you will have
availability zones.
So you will have availability zones, right? And the availability zones are nothing but physical data centers, right? Anyway, so anything you are putting into Amazon, any data you are putting into Amazon, there is no charge. There is no charge for that. Meaning you have to pay for the storage, but for data transfer, there is no charge. It is free of cost. So you can put terabytes or petabytes of data into Amazon, and they don't charge you a single penny for that data transfer. You're transferring anything into Amazon, There is no charge. 3 years back when I went to Vegas for Amazon reInvent, there is a company. This is a company that is, it's an online company, I forgot their name. This guy invented a security system, home security. Nowadays, you know that everybody has a Wi-Fi enabled cameras, or let's say you have a gas station, you have Wi-Fi cameras, or you have a grocery store, you have Wi-Fi cameras, and you record every activities. And where do you store all that data? They may have some computer or server where they are storing all the data, isn't it? But how much you can store? If you're recording 24/7, you can probably store the data for 1 month or 1 week, and after 1 month, what happens? You overwrite the old data. Otherwise, you have to keep on buying hard disk because you're storing high resolution videos into it, correct? But after 2 months is when you realize that, you lost something very important. Now, is there a way you can go back? No. So now this guy, he's actually in California. This guy came up with this great idea about using Amazon. He has these Wi-Fi cameras. The Wi-Fi cameras are automatically connected to Amazon, through your Wi-Fi. Your house should have a Wi-Fi, or your grocery store or gas station should have Wi-Fi connection, and it is connected to Amazon. Everything he is recording is going straight to Amazon S3. And Amazon S3 is an object-based storage. We will learn what that is. It's a whole different storage concept. Very cheap. I think they charge around 5 cents or 2 cents or something like that. We'll see the pricing. Very cheap, highly reliable, highly durable, pretty good performance, storage as a service in Amazon. And in fact, I share my videos through S3. So he is recording all this. So he has thousands plus customers, and every customer is recording their videos, and that videos are going straight to Amazon S3. Do we have to pay any money to put it in Amazon? To transfer that data, there is absolutely free. He took advantage of that great free option. But yes, for storing the data, you have to pay for it. But S3 itself has different layers. It's something called as infrequent access, Glacier, things like that. If you go to Glacier, it is even 0.0002 cents a gig. But if you want to retrieve that data, it might take some time. It is Glacier. Glacier means it's cold storage. That is what Glacier is. It is probably the cheapest storage in Amazon. In fact, large companies are now storing their old data which they are keeping for compliance. They currently stored in costly storage thing. I think Yogendra, you are a storage guy. I think few of you guys are storage guys. Companies are compliance, because of compliance requirement, companies are storing petabytes and petabytes of data in costly storage arrays. And these storage arrays are costing a lot of money, millions of dollars companies has to pay. But Amazon is now telling, if you guys are confident in us, if you guys are 100% sure that, we are compliant to all the security things, you move your data, and moving the data, we don't charge you anything. It's free. Come and put it into our S3 bucket or in Glaciers. So now you can store it not for 7 years, you can store it for 70 years, and you end up paying a very, very fraction of what you pay. In your company, if you want to put 10 terabytes of storage, your cost is probably $1 million. I'm just giving an example, or maybe 100 terabytes. In Amazon, that same amount of data, if you're storing, you might end up paying probably $100,000, $1 million to $100,000. You see the price difference. So data transfer is free. So what I was trying to come here, we will talk all these things as we move forward. Amazon has this great capability that anything you are putting into Amazon is free. So, but anything you are taking out of Amazon is not free. That means if you have a website, or if you have a data sharing thing, and you are sharing the data and you have videos, you put all the videos and you are publishing that to the public and everybody is downloading the video, Amazon is going to charge you. So any data that is going out, it is charged, and you can see probably the pricing here. What is the pricing for that? Data out from Amazon EC2 to, I think you can see the pricing here. Okay, here it is. Data transfer out from Amazon EC2 to internet. First 1 gig, I think it's free. Up to 10 terabyte is actually, they will charge you 0.14 cents per gigabyte. And you know, more data you transfer, it is much more free. And they're saying if it is more than 524 terabytes, contact us, you may get a better deal. But you can see that the more the data, your price is coming down. See, it's $14, 13 cents, you know, its price is coming down, and you know, it's 12 cents if you have more than 350. So anything you're taking out of Amazon to internet is billable. Again, it's not a huge money, so that's why I'm saying don't get worried. Please use it. Okay, don't get scared that you won't even see any billing. You know, and first 1 gigabyte of data transfer is free. And you see that in my billing, I had paid some money for data transfer because you guys are all downloading videos. It's not one person. Everybody might have downloaded my videos, and that is why I had some billing here in the EC2. We did see some data transfer thing. So where is it? It was showing somewhere here. I was showing you earlier. Where was that? Data transfer. Here it is. So I paid, some in Northern Virginia. I think I end up paying some money here. If you come down, we'll see all that. You know, you can see that the bandwidth usage. I have 9.53 of data people charge. I just paid 86 cents. It's monthly basis. Okay. So for now, I think we'll stop here, guys. But you're learning more and more things, and keep asking. You know, just look at that thing. You know, Stanley asked a question. Can I move the machine? But that made me to start talking about all these things. So keep asking questions. If I know, I will answer it. If I don't know, I will say I don't know, but I will definitely try my best to find an answer. I can talk to Amazon and get back to you with an answer. I'm not saying that I can answer all your questions, but keep asking. And this is the way I also learn, and this is the way everybody learns. So just Stanley asked that question. So please don't keep quiet. Keep asking questions. Okay. I think we want the class to be more interactive. So that's the thing. So just that question actually made us to talk about, you know, the story about the security camera company, you know, how they take advantage of that. So this way you get ideas. Okay, hey, how can I use that? Can I use this? Can I move my old data in my company? Can I talk to my boss about this great feature? You know, a storage guy, you know, if you're a storage guy and you know how much storage you are using to store your old data. You may not even use that data, but you have to keep it somewhere for compliance. Especially in financial companies, you know, you have to store your emails for minimum 7 years. Just imagine a big company like Bank of America will have petabytes and petabytes of data for their emails, which nobody uses. Old email, 7-year-old email, but unfortunately because of the compliance, financial compliances, they have to keep it legal. It is legal requirement. But they are storing these emails in storage arrays, and that is costing them a lot of money. But now Amazon is saying, hey, why don't you move it to us? Keep it in our Glacier storage, and it is damn cheap. Why don't you use that?
And well, I have one question. Last question.
So Srikanth, 1 minute. Who has that? I mean, 1 minute. Who has that question?
This is
Ravi, hold on 1 minute, Ravi. Okay, I'll answer. So I'm stopping here. Srikanth is asking a question here. Srikanth is talking about a question, and the question is actually this. Let me see. I can cut and paste this question. Hold on. Can you see this question? He's asking. Can you see this? Can you read this? I'm just trying this first time. I thought it's easier to. Can you see this question? That is. In the last class, we discussed about regarding vMotion of moving of VMs from one place to another without shutdown, correct? So vMotion is a VMware capability where you can migrate. Amazon do not have that capability at this point. Okay, Srikanth?
Oh, yeah, got it.
Amazon has a different approach, so they have different mechanisms. You cannot, there is, as far as I know, they have not provided that Facebook capability. Do they have that capability? That means the question will go back to one step behind. Does Citrix Zen server has that capability? Absolutely. But is Amazon is exposing that to the end customers? At this point, my answer is say no. I don't know anything about you can do a live migration of a server. But Stanley's question, can I migrate a server from one location to another location? You can, but then you need to power off, and there are different methods to do it. Not only one way, there are a couple of ways you can migrate or transfer a server from one location to another, but it needs the server to be shut down. According to Amazon's design, the way you design your VPC, you don't need to have VPN, or you don't need to have a vMotion capability. You should design it in such a way that your every application, every service that you put it has to be designed in a highly available way. That means you always put two servers, one in one region, one in one availability zone, another in two availability zones, and don't balance them using a ELB, things like that. Okay.
I do have another question, Cherian.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, thing is, with relevant to the question to the Stanley, what is asked, like when we move from the servers from one location to other region, so suppose there is I am in Virginia location, and like around 500 people are accessing that server, and when it is moved to the Oregon region, so as of you said earlier, like when we move from the some of the features are not availability in relevant to the other regions like Oregon. So how can the people who are already linked with the servers in the Virginia, can they are able to access that one, and they will get all the features whatever they are available in the Virginia?
Yeah, I mean, so I think, it's a good question. So don't take it in that way. When I say facilities and all, these are some services. So that is why you learn. Once you learn all the features, you will understand. I think, it is too early to answer that question right now. But, don't think that, you have 1,000 users connecting to one location and you are moving a server to Oregon. I don't think anybody do that in real case. Okay. So I think that question is kind of irrelevant at this point. Normally when you want to migrate a server from location, it's for disaster recovery purpose or something. Otherwise, there is no reason for you to move from one region to another, because in Virginia itself, you have 5 data centers, right? So you put it somewhere else and you will get that thing. So you never have to do that. But even, I think, you will understand that question automatically answer to that after finishing this course, I would say that way. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
So there are a couple more questions coming from here. Devinder, I know you have a question. Go ahead.
You have a question. Can you hear me, Deepu?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So you mentioned S3 we can use for storage, and we can dump 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte of data, 10 terabyte. My question is, when you bring that back, you have a 1 terabyte VMDK file from your VMware guest operating system. Now you want to bring that 1 terabyte file back. What kind of throughput Amazon is going to provide? Let's say I have a 1 gig internet connection. Now what Amazon will give me 1 gig throughput also, so I can.
Yeah, I know that you had the same question in last class also. I think you are little concerned about the connection and throughput to internet. Your throughput is limited to your internet bandwidth. Amazon has nothing to do with it. Whatever bandwidth you have, that is what you get. It has nothing to do with Amazon. Now, if you can go to Equinix or AT&T or Verizon, there is different connection types you can buy. There is something called as direct connect. Direct connect is a high bandwidth. You can have up to 10 gig or 20 gig a pipe to Amazon. So that answers your question. But that is nothing to do with Amazon. You have to pay to Verizon, you have to pay to AT&T or Equinix for that. And once you have that large pipe, you can transfer whatever you want, but you have to pay for them. And it is not cheap. I'm talking about, I think the base connection, I think around 1 gig starts with $15,000 a month. Make sense? So if your company is having a 100 Mbps upload capability internet connection, then you only get that much. Your bandwidth is limited to what you have, and that is something nothing to do with Amazon. Amazon does not provide connection. That is something you have to buy from third parties.
No, but I mean the throughput depends on both sides, right? When I download some files, for example, I have a gig internet connection, but if that server from where I'm downloading, if that server is on a 5 mega connection.
Okay, good. I understand where you're going to. I will answer that question. Can you
I hope I'm making sense.
No,
right?
absolutely. That's a very good question, and now I understand what you're talking, and I wanted to definitely answer to your question. I am trying to see if I can find that details. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, instance types.
I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, no, I'm not teaching anything, guys. You guys can leave. Anybody wants to leave can leave now. I'm not teaching anything more. I'm just answering some questions. So please feel free to go. I'm not teaching any more topics, but I just need to answer a few more things actually. In fact, Devinder, why don't we just talk about that tomorrow? Quickly, the answer to you is every instance type has a bandwidth capability. So for example, if you get a compute optimized server, you can see here, you have a different bandwidth thing. So the more the powerful your server is, you get more throughput. So that is your question. I understand what you're saying, but that is only when you're transferring some data from a server, right? But Amazon has, if your data is sitting in S3 bucket, it is Amazon's general bandwidth. There is no limit. But if you are transferring a file from a EC2 instance to your data, that data transfer throughput is depending on the size of your instance. So you can have enhanced networking capabilities and things like that. So the more powerful your server is, more bandwidth you get. Does it make sense? I think there was an option here yesterday. We saw that, when you go for, see here, networking performance, see here. So when you go for an R4 instance, you get up to 10 gigabyte network transfer. This was your question, correct, Devinder?
Yeah,
so
that's it's 80%. I think we still I'll still dig another 20%, but that's good. That's very good.
This is what it is. So the more your instant, you pay more and you get better instant. You can have multiple network cards and then you can get a more throughput for your thing. But it all depends on what type of instance you're selecting. If you are going for a T2, T2 is something called a general purpose. You will not be getting a huge network bandwidth. But again, it says as burstable performance. Burstable means, it can give you some it can give you to a certain balance. You can see here it's written balance compute, memory, and network resources. So you cannot guarantee that you're always going to get 1 gig or 2 gig network bandwidth from a T2. If you really want to have T2, if you are going to run a web server where thousands of people are going to connect, you cannot put it on a T2 instance. You have to definitely go for a high bandwidth, better price. You wanted to have something like R2 or R4 type of thing, which faster network cards. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think we'll stop here. I know there are a few more people have questions, guys. Why don't we stop it here and take it? Come up with questions. We'll discuss. This is what makes the class more interesting. And these questions is what I would like to see, so that everybody gets answers to it. Okay. How about, guys? I think all of you are good, right? I have a couple things here I just wanted to talk. Everybody can leave right now. I'm just